Welcome back to another review of a new G Kids film, New Gods, Yang Jian. Terrell here, and I'm back again with this review. I'm proud to say I'm so happy I got the opportunity to watch this. Got to watch this early, and boy was I absolutely blown away with what I got here. New Gods, Yang Jian is apparently a series of movie in the New God series, which I didn't know about because I hadn't seen the previous. Looked them up a bit. I mean, they don't seem to be interconnecting stories like one from the other, just kind of like different anthology stories or like just the stories all together. But this movie, I got to say, I didn't know what to expect. When you see that kind of CG animation, instead of like your classic style, people kind of turn away from it. But I could tell you from just looking at this is absolutely beautiful. So let me give you like a little backstory on what's going on. 13 years after the War of the Gods, or 15 years after the War of the Gods, the heavens decline. Yang Jian, the god of Erlang, made a living by working as a catcher. One day, Yang Jian was ordered to hunt down a young man who he finds out is his nephew. Lot of packed into this. First, let's kind of get into, like I said, the story. Like they take like Chinese like mythological characters and kind of give them like a little bit more backstory here, or kind of like the Chinese fairy tale characters, and give them like the after story, like what happens when these characters kind of fall from heaven, like what do they do, they still have their powers, they kind of explain like the characters living outside of like the mortal realm and like the god realm, and what they're doing now in the god realm, and like everything that's been going on here. And like I said, when I first see this, when I first listen to the music and I see this movie, the first thing you think of is Cowboy Bebop. Like this gives you really big Cowboy Bebop feels. Like the harmonica, like the sound of it, the music, the chase scenes, the fight scenes, a lot of it I could definitely tell was heavily influenced from Cowboy Bebop. If it's not, hey, you got me on that one. But I feel like if you watch this, you definitely gonna see it as I did. I mean, especially with the god Yang Jian, he's now a bounty hunter. He's hunting down other people for money. Almost the ship they had was almost damn near identical to the Bebop, almost down to the characters. Jet Fei, Jet, all of them almost like kind of similar characters on the ship. So like I said, if I missed the whole Cowboy Bebop thing, I could possibly be wrong. I don't think that I am. But like I said, it gives me the vibes of like a Chinese Cowboy Bebop with gods and mythical powers, and kind of like the Fifth Element of it too. It's kind of like the feel that it's giving me. Jumping into the animation, my God, if this is not one of the best movies that I've seen, animated movies that I've seen this year, like oh my goodness, the shout out to the whole crew, directed by Ji Zhao for this movie. Shout out to the whole crew, man. Everybody that did they thing here. It just looks incredible. Everything from the backgrounds to the character models themselves, the entire world of this looks crazy. Like I'm just, by the time this was all done, I was hoping to get more. Like it's just so pretty to see. This comes out in the theaters. I cannot imagine seeing this anything less than you've seen it on the movie screen. Even though I saw, I didn't get to see it in the theater, but I got to see this again just to see it in the movie. Like this movie is really, really good. This is something that I would want my friends and family to see. I want everybody to see just how freaking good this looks. Like I said, I've done a lot of like the G Kids films here, this year that I've reviewed, but this is definitely the top of the list as far as like animation to the look. They got this. This looks good. Like it flows well. I didn't see any like stuttering in animation. There was no skimping on the budget in the animation here. Absolutely freaking amazing. The music, oh my God, like I said, it gives you the Cowboy Bebop vibe while also giving you like the Chinese kind of martial arts sound. Like I'm trying to think what that tone is, that music, but you're gonna hear it when you watch this. It's gonna, like I said, you're gonna get a little bit of that jazzy cowboy bebop with like your old wushu Chinese martial art film here that you're gonna get. You know what I mean? And it sounds really really good. Every scene, like the music fits perfectly. You know, I've watched a lot of movies where sometimes like the music just be all over the place, or they'll try to use modern music that just does not fit the theme at all. For animated movies back when like these movies used to do that, they would take like it's very few movies that could pull it off, but like they would take like something modern or like a rap song that just does not fit it at all, and it completely takes you out of the movie. You are engrossed in the music through this the entire movie. It flows well, perfectly. Everything is good. Getting to the action, the fight scenes, a lot of the stuff here. Oh my god, just incredible! Like I said, the animation flows so well, and you know it also, I don't want to say it reminds me of like Dragon Ball Z, because obviously that's like a different style of animation, but just like the style of like fighting. I mean, like you have gods fighting, different creatures and stuff like that. So everybody has a different style of how they fight. Everything was completely different from each other. No two characters I would say look the same. Um, but the fights were incredible. I mean, like it's a lot of them in this movie, and I think that's what really caught my attention. The movie's like 2 hours, 2 minutes, something like that. Never felt like it was dragging to me. Never felt like I had to look at my watch and see, where we were at in the movie. It kept my attention the whole time. I loved everything about this movie. I'm literally trying to sit here and figure out what I can say that was bad of it. And man, I wish it was longer. Which typically don't get in animation, but the movie is incredible, man. Like all I can say is like if you have like issues with light or anything like that, there's a lot of kind of like particle effects and like lights and stuff like that happen with like their powers and stuff like that. And you're gonna notice a lot of like I said, we're dealing with like Chinese mythology characters, stuff like that. So you're gonna see a lot of familiar faces here. Not really surprised, but like you say, a lot of like the Monkey King and like the different gods and the Chinese mythology. So you're gonna see a lot of them here. You're gonna see them use like their different abilities, different powers. Everybody has a unique ability. It is, oh my god, I can't talk about this movie enough. I just Light Chaser Animation. I meant to say that Light Chaser Animation is the studio that is doing this for this. Shout out to them, man. They did an amazing job. Please go see this. They did an amazing job. Like I don't think, man. I don't know how they're gonna top themselves here. Like at least use this for a while, but like this template for the animation, because they did an incredible job. Like I said, like just the big fights in this movie and a lot of the way the step moves and the way the world looked was freaking incredible. Like I cannot say that enough. Um, the movie New Gods Yang Jian also deals with a lot of like family. Like I said, he winds up running into his nephew and stuff like that. It deals with a lot of family, trust, betrayal, and just making the right choice. Stuff like that. And you thinking you did something that was right, and you found out, hey, it might not have been the right thing to do all along. Typical story. Not nothing new there, but they do a really good job of freaking telling the story. And like I said, man, I want to watch this again. This movie is incredible. Only thing I can say, this movie comes out January 20th in theaters. Please go check it out, because I'm definitely gonna go see this again. Subbed and dubbed. I actually did watch it subbed, so I listened to it in its original language. And from what I could tell, I mean, like I said, still hearing like the tone and the emotion, the character, stuff like that. It did a really good job on the voice acting here. I'm also going to try to see if I can get the dub version as well, and maybe I could do something with that. But I can't imagine it taking anything from it. Like I said, it was good. It was really good. The characters, I feel like everybody's voice fit perfectly. Everything was told well within the 2 hour storyline. The fights were incredible. A lot of like the chases and the vehicles and stuff they had were incredible. The ships looked amazing. And like I said, I just think you're gonna have a good time. January 20th. Thank G Kids again for letting me see this early, and being able to review this incredible movie. Man, you got to check this out. New Gods, Yang Jian. I'm gonna try to find the other movies as well. But you definitely try to go and buy those other GK's movies and stuff like that. Keep this thing going, man. They doing this. They have a passion for this, and you can clearly see that they really care about what they're doing here, and I want to see more of it. So, you got Yang Jian, January the 20th in theaters, sub and dub. Get your tickets. Let me know what you thought about the movie after you check this review out. If you had similar thoughts about maybe this being one of your favorite movies this year alone, 2023, let me know. I surely enjoyed it, and I hope you do too. And I'll catch you guys for another review. See you.